Namaste, namaste, and welcome to Monday midday chair yoga. We're returning after our Easter break for our summer term. And today we are going to use our stretchy bands as we were using at the end of last term, just for a little bit of extra spice in our practice. It helps us to do a little bit more focused strength and stability work. So just popping it to one side for now, we are going to start with our sitting towards the front of our seat, just resting the feet on the floor and trying to sit nice and upright, not slouching into the back of the chair. Resting the hands wherever they're comfortable and closing your eyes or gazing gently downward. Take this moment just to step away from everything that's going on around you. Creating the time and space for yoga. As you make that mental shift, perhaps you can feel a slight easing of the tension across your shoulders or the responsibilities that usually weigh on you. Perhaps you can begin to feel a little lighter, a little taller, a little more at ease. Notice how your body is feeling in this moment. Notice any areas of stiffness or tension or discomfort. Remembering to work compassionately with those areas throughout this practice. Noticing at least one part of the body that feels peaceful, spacious, and at ease. Feel that sense of ease rippling out from wherever it's centered, touching other parts of the body, softening tensions and discomfort as it goes. Move your awareness to your breath, gently deepening your breath. Finding that long, slow, steady rhythm of breath. As you breathe in, allow the breath to fill the torso, expanding the rib cage. As you breathe out, perhaps gently engaging across your navel to exhale completely. Soft in your belly, breathe into the sides of the body, the back and the chest. As you exhale, gently engaging the belly muscles to exhale fully. Relax the belly to breathe into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. Gently engaging just under the diaphragm to exhale fully. Soft as you breathe in, let the breath grow you, lengthen your spine, lift you tall. As you breathe out, gently softening the shoulders. Taking a few more of these deeper breaths. Charging the body with prana, ready for our practice. At the end of your next exhalation, simply drawing your chin towards your chest as you let your breath find its natural rhythm again. Feel that sense of length down the back of the neck, across the shoulders. Give yourself a soft smile, and then raising your head and opening your eyes. Going to just free the arms a little, roll the shoulders a few times. Oh, so nice. Rolling the shoulders a few times backwards, and we're going to go forwards as well. Lovely. And then resting the hands again, let's just do some movements for our neck. So we're gently going to draw the chin back so we find length at the back of the neck, perhaps just this sense of length in the front of the throat as well. So we don't want to draw the chin to the chest, we're just taking the chin a little bit forward, a little bit backwards, forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. You don't need to make much of a movement. Just beginning to feel that sense of, this is not a movement we often make on purpose, but we do it habitually when we read and relax. Come back to this lifted backward position and just gently turning a little from side to side. It's a really small movement, just a little turn one way and then the other. And then we'll make that movement a little bit bigger, nice and relaxed through the shoulders. And then making the fullest range of movement one way and then the other that feels good to you without forcing or pressing. Returning to center when you're ready. Going to gently look up and down, trying to start from that centered, lifted position, gently up, gently down. You can start really small and then make some bigger movements. So we don't want to take the head back, we're just lifting the chin and lowering the chin. Maybe one more. And then back in our centered, lifted position with really long neck, gentle circles with the nose. So moving as if you're drawing with the nose, making circles. And you can make those circles a little larger if you wish, making them nice and slowly. Remembering not to take the head too far behind the body, just feeling that movement, particularly perhaps in the front of the body, the front of the neck, the chest. When you're ready, start small in the opposite direction. And then just getting a little bit larger. Circling at the point that feels good to you. It's okay if you find that you've got a sort of crunchy grindiness, as long as there's no pain associated with those sensations. When you're ready, coming back to the center and just freeing the shoulders and rolling them a little bit backwards. Oh, feels good, doesn't it? Once we've released our neck, we go a little bit the opposite way as well. And we're going to allow the arms to rest down by the side and gently swing them forwards and backwards. So initially, we're going to start this movement with just the arms. We're going to keep the rest of the body nice and upright and firm in the center. And then if you wish to, you can allow your shoulders and chest and even head to turn as you turn, a little bit freer, a little bit more loose in our movement there. Very good. And we're going to come back to the center, nice and slowly. And then we're going to try this with our legs as well. So we're going to lift the right leg and the left arm forward, and then the opposite way. So we're marching from side to side, swinging the arms, keeping nice and centered. So the body is lifted, the belly muscles are engaged. Very nice. And then we can let the upper body swing a little bit, but keep the arms and legs moving as they were. And just see if that feels better, feels different. And then gently resting the arms down to the side and the feet to the floor. Roll your shoulders a couple of times, maybe moving in your neck as well. Very nice. Sitting nice and upright with the feet on the floor, just a gentle sideways bend. So nice and firm in the belly. You can reach the arms down to slide down the legs of your chair or the sides of your chair, if that feels good. You can have your hands on your hips if you prefer. And we're just beginning to waken up the sides of the body. And if you wish to, you can add a little reach as you go to one side and then the other, nice and slowly if you're adding the reach, so you have the opportunity to really engage in the center and press the feet into the floor as you move. Let's do one more to each side. And then come back to the center. So this time we're going to step our feet a little bit out to the side. So we're going to lengthen the left leg out to the left and lean to the right, and then come back to the center, lengthen the right leg out to the right and lean to the left. So we're just doing this little step out and lean, step out and lean in the opposite direction. And if you wish to, as you lean, you can reach the left leg extended, the left arm over to the right, and then on the other side as well. And you can use your other hand for support on your hip or on your chair, or you can even hold onto your chair seat for just a little bit more stability if you wish to. Remember, you don't have to lean the arm over if you don't want to. We're going to do one more to each side. Very good. Last one. Very nice. And in the center, again, just rolling through the shoulders, making any wiggly movements that feel good with the neck as well. Smashing stuff. So we're going to come to use our belts now. We might do one more movement actually before we use our stretchy bands. I'm going to turn a little bit sideways because I think it might be easier to see. So we'll take the fingertips towards the chest or the shoulders, and we'll just make some nice big circling movements with our elbows. And as we do that, I'd like you to try and let the rest of your back respond to that movement. So as the elbows come down, perhaps you round through the spine, scoop the belly in. As the elbows come up, maybe lifting the chin, opening the chest. So we just get this nice undulation through the spine, a little backwards and forwards, and doing what feels really good to your body. So making sure that whatever movement you are doing feels nice, feels useful, doesn't exacerbate any pain or discomfort that you have. One more. Resting the arms down, just giving the arms a little jiggle. Very nice. So we're going to start by using actually our legs with our belts. So if you step your right foot into your belt, your stretchy band, sorry, and we're going to sit perhaps just a little bit further back in our seat. If you wish to, you can sit all the way back and secure yourself against the seat back. If you're comfortable, sitting upright is quite nice. We want to bend our knees so that our hands can be at our hips and the belt is taut, the band is taut, but the knee is bent. And then we're going to extend the leg. So we're working against the resistance of the belt and then bend the knee in. So extend your leg away from you and then bend your knee in towards your chest. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Let's do two more. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. Keeping the hands in the same place, we're going to lengthen the leg and release the heel down to the floor. And then you might need to be sitting a little bit further forward. Sit really tall. So try not to let the holding the belt here bend you forward. Sit nice and tall. We're going to lift the leg up as much as feels comfortable and down. Try to keep the leg nice and long. using the tummy muscles and the core muscles to lift and lower. And you'll notice that it's actually quite a lot of effort in your arms as well to hold your hands in this position. You're having to resist the motion of the body and the weight of the leg as well. And this time, as we bring the heel down, we're going to change the movement to a little bit of a sideways movement. So we're going to draw the heel to the left and then up and over to the right, up and over to the left, up and over to the right. So nice long leg, if possible, keeping the belt secured back at your hips, up and over, a little firm in the belly. We're going to do one more out and then come back to the center. Bend your knee into your chest, relax the belt. You can put it wherever you want to, the band, and just take a moment just to relax the arms, wriggle through the shoulders, and notice how much effort your arms have had to make to allow your leg to make those movements as well. So by using the stretchy band, we get this a little support for our leg as well. It's not quite so heavy for the hip to move, but we also get that sense of strength needed to make those movements as well. So it's a really lovely practice. And now that we've relaxed our arms a little bit, we can do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to place the foot into the stretchy band, the left foot into the stretchy band, and then with the knee a little bit bent, we have the hands securing the belt or the band at our hips. If you wish to, you can roll your hands in your belt so that you don't have to grip so much with the hands. It's entirely up to you. So here we've got the knee slightly lifted. We're going to extend the leg and then bend. Extend and bend. I'm just adjusting. Extend and bend. At the same time, elbows back, chest lifted. We're pressing the right foot into the floor. We're engaging the belly muscles, bending the knee in, and then extending against that belted resistance. Let's do one more. Extend and bend. And then as we lengthen the leg, we're going to take the heel down to the floor. And then here, pressing again into that right foot, lifting the left leg up and down. Keeping it long, keeping the band engaged, the upper back engaged, the arms engaged. So we gently lift and lower, lift and lower. I think we'll probably do 2 more of these. I forgot to do counting, so lovely stuff. This time as the left heel comes down, we're going to bring the left heel to the right. So it's almost in front of the right foot, and then lift the left leg up and over and out to the left. Up and in, back over to the right. Up and over to the left. Up and in to the right. Very nice. Keep going. Sitting tall, beginning to maybe feel the strength of the arms. We'll do one more. Finishing out to the right, out to the left, sorry, and then back to center. We're going to release that stretchy belt. You can pop it perhaps behind us on the chair for now. Wriggle the hands, maybe roll the wrists, maybe roll the shoulders, maybe swing the arms. Just trying to find that sense of release so that we don't carry that tension into our next practice. So now that we've prepared our legs somewhat, we are going to do our sit to stands, which we've been working on for some time. So we want the feet to be underneath the knees, making sure you've got enough of your buttocks on the chair that feels really nice and stable, firm in the belly. And we are floating our weight forward. So we just release the buttocks a little bit from the chair, really strengthen the legs to take the weight of the body, and then lightly sit back down again. You can use your arms for a bit of momentum, gently releasing up and down. Let's do 3 more. Floating and sit again. floating briefly and sit. Last one like this. And then we're going to come all the way up to standing, but floating first. So coming into that floating position and then pressing into the legs to stand all the way tall. As we do, we can open the arms and lift the chest, maybe even lift the chin, and then come back the way. So we're reaching the hands forward, bending at the knees. We lengthen the tailbone back behind us to lightly guide the buttocks down to the chair and arms rest to the sides. Floating forward and then standing all the way tall, opening the chest, and then reaching forward, reaching the buttocks backwards, and lightly sitting down again. Let's do 3 more like this. Standing all the way up, nice and strong and firm in the legs, and in our feet and our bellies as well. 2 more. Reaching forward, opening, and releasing. And this time, as we come to standing, we're going to stay standing. So you'll be pleased to know, as we reach open, we can just float the arms down to the side. And as the arms come down to the side, you can give the shoulders and hips a little wiggle, just releasing anything that feels like it needs releasing. Awesome sauce. So I'm just going to move my chair a little to one side, but you can step to the side of your chair if you like. And we'll do our catty chakrasanas. So starting with the feet nice and wide apart and a little soft in the knees, standing really tall and firm across the belly, just gently twisting from side to side. Here we're trying to keep the hips still if it feels okay to do that initially, and let the head follow the movement if it feels good, or just spot in the center. Take the opportunity to do whatever doesn't make you feel dizzy. The shoulders and arms being soft is the important thing, and we're trying to move around that central line through the body. So we don't sway the hips and the shoulders as we move. We are quite stable and secure in that upright position. Let the arms tap the body wherever they fall. And then if you wish to, you can free your feet a little. So as you twist from side to side, do that kind of pivot, a bit like golfers do. Lifting one heel. And it doesn't matter if that heel is the direction you're turning towards or turning away from. Everybody does this in their own way. That's fine. If you wish to, you can add a soft bend in the knees. Plie and twist, plie and twist. And if you wish to, you can touch the opposite shoulder in front of you and the opposite side of the body behind you. Keeping the belly muscles nice and engaged. That sense of lift through the body, nice floaty feeling through the arms. And then we are going to draw ourselves gradually back to center, losing the bounce and then losing the pivot and being quite still in the feet. We're going to change this movement. So we're looking forward, keeping the head still and the body quite still and just moving the arms. And a little bit more tapping if possible. So if it feels good to you, you can make that tapping a bit more vigorous. And if you wish to keep it nice and soft, you can keep it nice and soft. But we're trying to move a little bit more vigorously just with the upper body, just with the arms really, and the rib cage, trying to hold the low body still by engaging the legs and the belly muscles, and then just gently releasing, getting all loosey-goosey again until you're back to standing steady. Having done that type of movement, stand tall, just letting the fingertips drop towards the floor, feel that length through the back of the neck, and take a moment to feel the effect of your practice. Very good. Okay, so we have done quite a bit of movement, but I'd like to try some more movements with our arms and our stretchy bands. So we are going to take the band in front of us. You can do this sitting or standing, it doesn't matter. But if you're standing, a nice wide base, a little soft in the knees, You're going to reach the band forward. You don't want the band to be too far apart. We want to have a sense that if we open the arms, it will be a little bit of effort to be able to do that. And that's what we're doing. We are taking the band from in front of us to stretch the arms wide and bring the band back towards our chest, and then reach the arms forward so the band can relax again. So we're pulling wide and then releasing in front. If you can, do this with your arms around about chest or shoulder height, that's great. If you need to do it a bit lower for your shoulders, that's fine too, no problem. So pulling the band backwards and forwards. And at the moment, we've got quite long arms. Relaxing the head to look forwards, just being aware of what has to work in the body to make this movement. We'll do one more. Excellent. And relax the arms down. Just give the shoulders a little bit of a wriggle. And if you like to here, you can do a little downward facing dog. So with your chair, hands on the back of the chair, walking the feet away, just finding that sense of a length, lengthening the tailbone backwards. It's the same motion we made when we did our sit to stands, but now we're supporting the upper body, pressing the hands down into the chair. You can even turn the head from side to side if you'd like to, finding a gentle lift in the belly muscles, maybe a wiggle of the hips from side to side for those who enjoy that sense of release in the back of the body. And then when you're ready, you can look forwards from all the way up to standing. Stand close to your chair. Give yourself a moment, relaxing the hands from the band, maybe wriggling the shoulders. It's always nice to get that sense of movement back in, isn't it? So we are going to do a very similar motion, but this time we're drawing the elbows back. So instead of having long arms as we come back, we're drawing the elbows back and the arms are just a little bit wider than they are in front of the body. So we have the hands in front of us again, not too far apart on our stretchy bands. We're drawing the elbows back, so we really open across the chest. And what this does is it really engages in the upper back as well. You might be able to feel it. If it feels like too much, remember, just give yourself a little bit of extra space on the band or do fewer repetitions. So a little bend in the knees, firm in the belly, and then we're drawing the elbows wide and the band back towards the body, reaching forward. Drawing elbows wide, reaching forward. Elbows bent and wide, and you can really feel that engaging the back of the body. Lovely job. Elbows bent and wide. Let's do one more. Nice. And then relaxing here, we're going to just drape the belt around our necks, give ourselves a little bit of wriggling from side to side with the shoulders, and maybe just a little rolling through the wrists with long fingers, maybe thumbs into the palms to roll the wrists in the other way as well, just making that fist. And if you'd like to, you can give the hands and wrists a little bit of a rub. It's quite nice to do that so that you can really get in touch with the sensations that you feel. So our final thing, I think, we maybe do one thing after this. So the next thing we're going to do with our bands is our up and over. So this is this movement from front to back. Because we've got the stretchy band, we can do these. We'll do the first one quite slowly and then we'll take it from there. So give yourself plenty of room between your hands. We want to have that little soft of the knees and lengthen the body, firm in the belly. And we're going to reach the arms up. And when you begin to meet resistance in the body, you can begin to pull the band to give you a bit more space. And the arms can come down slowly behind the body. Perhaps you feel that engagement at the back of the body affords you a stretch at the front of the body. And at the back of the body, the arms can then relax. Shoulders can relax, and then we're going to reach the arms out and back. Remember, pulling the band to give yourself as much length as you need to bring the band up and over and down in front of the body. If you want to work a bit harder, you bring your hands a little bit closer together, but please do what feels right to your body. So we're reaching forward and up, just giving ourselves enough length to smoothly and with grace and control bring the arms all the way down behind the body, and then we're coming up and over again. Again, we're looking for smooth grace and control and lengthened arms. They don't need to be rigidly straight, but just lengthened arms. Let's see if we could do a couple more of these. Very nice. Control is the catchword for these ones. And we also want to make sure that it feels good in the body. So it might feel like a little bit of effort, but it shouldn't feel painful or uncomfortable at all. It should feel nice and smooth. We're trying to lubricate those shoulder joints whilst providing a little bit of strength at the same time, and give our shoulders a little bit of a roll, which is very nice. And then I did promise we'd do one more thing, didn't I? So at least with the arms anyway. So we're going to step on our band with our left foot and have the feet a reasonable distance apart. And then we want to take the band and hold it taut, but with the left hand in front of the left hip. We're going to soften the knees ever so slightly, and then we're going to turn with both arms to the right. We can bend the elbows, it's not a problem, to give ourselves a little bit of lift and twist, and then we're going to come back to that left-hand side. So we're turning across the body to the right, bending the elbows up, so we bring the hands to the right shoulder as we turn, and then back to center. Let's do 3 more like this. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't look exactly. We're just aiming for this little twisting motion with a bit of bicep curling at the same time. Very cool. Okay, once we've done 5 on that side, we're just going to free the belt, do the same thing on the other side. So the belt comes underneath the right foot. We're holding the belt, particularly in the right hand, at the right hip. The left hand can be there too, nice and soft in the knees. And then we're turning to the left as we bring the arms up to the left shoulder, and then back to turn towards the right a little bit. So turning as we lift and lower, lift and lower. And let's do 2 more, because I can't remember how many we've done. And then last one, that twist and lift at the same time and lower down. Perfect. Woo. So stepping off your belt, just taking it to one side, giving the shoulders a nice little roll. And we are going to do just a little shoulder releasing now. So with your chair is quite useful. You can do your chair back or your chair seat for this one. We want to provide a little bit of support for the right hand, and then nice and firm in the belly, taking the hips back. So we hinge the hips backwards, and we're going to dangle the left arm in front of us. So we want to be slightly forward. We don't want to be maybe all the way parallel to the floor, but slightly lifted if you want to, leaning on the back of the chair with the right arm, and then we're just stirring that left hand in circles. So we want the arm to be really heavy and loose, and once you've started stirring, it feels almost like a perpetual motion. It requires barely any effort to keep going. And then when you're ready, you can just bring yourself to stillness and go in the opposite direction as well. Very nice. Keeping the knees a little soft, keeping the tailbone lengthening backwards, just finding that lovely circling motion. And then when you're ready, you can bring your arm to stillness, stand all the way up, and just take a moment to notice the difference between the 2 sides of the body. And hopefully your left arm perhaps feels a little bit longer, a little bit softer, a little bit more ease in that left side. And we can do the same thing with the right. I'm going to use the wall for support instead of the chair, just because it's easier here. So we're bending the knees, leaning slightly forward, supporting the left hand, dangling the right arm down. We want that sense of lift in the belly, sense of length in the tailbone, and then we can stir that right hand in circles. And it's quite a small circle. It's more about dangling than anything else. Helpful if you don't turn your head, so you don't engage the top of the shoulders, just as I did. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself to stillness and go in the other direction. So just exploring what feels like a useful place for you. Thinking about being dangly and nice and loose. And then when you're ready, coming back to stillness, bending the knees deeply to stand all the way up and just feeling the difference between the two sides of the body. Hopefully that feels good on both sides. So I'm going to show you another version of this where we do both arms at the same time. And the reason for that is because whatever you're supporting with makes the other shoulder move in a different way. So it's quite useful to be able to do both hands at the same time. However, it might not be suitable for everybody who does our class. So if you prefer a bit of support, then please stick with doing one side at a time. It's not there's no real star prize for being able to do both at the same time. So if you'd like to try both at the same time, you can. Perhaps do it with support around you, so if it feels unstable, you can reach for that support. We're going to bend our knees and then stick our bottoms out, just as if we were doing downward facing dog with the chair, but without the chair. We're going to dangle the arms down and then lean forward as much as feels comfortable for you. And then you can stir your arms in opposing circles or in the same direction if you wish, whatever feels good to you. So you can either practice once to each side again, or you can try this version where we do both at the same time. Little scoop in of the belly, thinking about lengthening the back of the body as well. When you're ready, you can go in the opposite direction. Because we've tilted the pelvis, there shouldn't be any strain in the low back, but if you do feel that, then coming up and just resting. When you feel that you have completed enough circlings, you can bring yourself back to stillness, bend the knees deeply, stand all the way tall, and just open the chest and see if that feels nice in the body. And hopefully that does feel like a really lovely release. Awesome sauce. So we are going to put our belts to one side, our stretchy bands to one side, and we are going to do a little side bend with our chairs. And we're going to do trikonasana actually. So let's take the feet nice and wide apart. I've got the chair on my right hand side to begin with. So if you have no hip replacements, you can move your feet in a way that feels good. If you have had a hip replacement, you might want to just explore what feels supported and stable. So I'm going to turn my right foot to point towards the right chair. And as I do, chair on my right, as I do, my left hip just comes a little bit with me. So instead of being, if I had both feet facing the long side of my mat, then my hips would face the long side of my mat. But if I turn my right foot to the right, then my hips kind of travel to the right as well. Doesn't matter which variation you do, as long as it feels stable in your hips. We're pressing the feet into the floor, spreading out the toes, and we're going to reach to the chair back with our right hand. So we need to be close enough to feel that support. And then here, we're going to reach the left arm up and really think about lengthening the left side of the body from the outside edge of the foot to the tips of the fingers. And then we're going to slide and glide our way to the right. So we're reaching over to the right. Our right arm is there as well. It's using the chair for support. So we've got this lovely lean and this openness of the legs, the arms, the torso, the chest. And we can hold for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're turning the left palm to face up towards the ceiling as we press the left palm to the left we can slide ourselves back to center and release the arms down to the side and turn the right foot in if the right foot's been turned out. So we'll do it one more time, but this time I'm going to do it with my feet facing just to the front. So my hips will stay just to the front. You can do it with your foot turned if you prefer. We're going to reach for the chair with the right hand and then reach the left arm up, really reaching from the outside edge of the left foot to the fingertips, and then firm in the belly. We're just gliding and sliding our way to the right. So we lean into this side, got that sense of engaging the shoulder blades towards each other to keep the chest open. Looking forward is great. Looking up is fine. Try not to look down. And then when you're ready, turn the left palm up, press the left palm to the left as you glide and slide your way back to center. Release the arms down, roll the shoulders. And we want to just keep a little buoyancy in the legs as we step the feet further together. You can angle your feet together if you prefer. Take a moment while I pop my chair on the other side. So that we're ready for our second side. And we can feel the difference between the two sides of the body and all of the work that we've done that's prepared us for this moment in our class. For those who would like to work turning the left foot towards the chair, just letting the right hip come a little bit to the left as well, then that's great. If not, keep your feet straight. I'll be doing that variation next. Left hand on the chair, and then reaching the right hand up, lengthening the fingertips up, the outside edge of the right foot down, and then firm in the belly. We're gliding and sliding into that left side bend. Doesn't matter how far down you come, thinking about drawing your shoulder blades towards each other to keep the chest open. Just enjoying the length of the arms, the legs, the sides of the body. And then when you're ready, turning the right palm up, and as you press the right hand to the right, we just glide and slide our way back to center. Arms can relax, and we can just gently turn the left foot in if it's been turned out. This time I'm going to do it with my hips squared and my feet centered as well. Doesn't matter which you choose. Left hand on the left side on the chair, and then reaching the right arm up. Think about lengthening the right side of the body first, nice and firm in the belly, pressing into the feet, glide and slide as you reach over to the left. Taking a moment here, try not to release all of your weight into that left arm. Try to keep it into the legs, into the torso, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. To come out, turning your right palm up as you press your right hand to the right, coming back to center, relaxing the arms to the side, wiggling the shoulders, maybe softening the knees. You can turn the heels and toes in or step the feet together, whatever you feel would be useful, and just give yourself some wiggly dancing shoulders and dancing hips. Fantastic. Before we sit down, let's do a downward facing dog. Hands onto the chair and moving the feet back, taking the feet nice and wide and softening the knees so you get that real sense of length, particularly across the upper back and the waist. We can sway the hips from one side to the other for those who enjoy that sense of release. If you prefer, you can keep your hips still. If you're swaying your hips, in fact, if you're doing anything, we're going to press the hands into the chair back and keep the head, if we can, between the upper arms or slightly above. You can even turn your head from side to side. Thinking about lengthening your tailbone behind you, the same motion that we do when we do sit to stands. When you're ready, coming to the center, pressing into your chair, walking yourself slowly forward to the upright position. Hold on to your chair for as long as you need to feel everything's back to where it should be. And then we'll take a cleansing breath. So breathing in, taking the arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together to the center of the chest. Maybe one more. Breathing in, take the arms around the body and up. Breathing out, palms together at the center of the chest. Very good. So gather your things that you need for relaxation. We're going to do one last counter pose before we come to do relaxation. So I'm going to just gather my blanket, excuse me, and pop it behind me on the chair, and then sitting down. So we're going to do a little twist, and we can do this with the feet and ankles and knees all pressed together, or we can cross the left foot over the right foot, so it's just crossed at the ankles, keeping the knees and thighs pressed together, or we can cross the left leg over the right leg completely. For those who are quite fancy with their hips, you can do this also with the ankle crossed over the right thigh and the knee out to the side. My hips don't like to do that particularly, so I'm going to stick with this variation. Whichever variation you're doing, thinking about drawing the legs towards each other and keeping them together. So that's part of the practice. We're going to sit tall, left leg is on top, so we're turning to the left. We're going to cross the right arm across the body and reach the left arm behind us. And as we sit tall, lengthening through the crown of the head, we're going to draw the shoulder blades towards each other and see if that helps us to make a little twisting with our bodies. And we're not forcing, we're just going to wherever feels good, pressing into the right foot particularly, maybe turning the head to the left if it feels comfortable, softening the shoulders down, taking a couple of deep breaths. When you're ready, unwinding by turning to the front with just your head, releasing the hands, turning to the opposite side, and then releasing back to center, uncrossing the legs if they've been crossed. We are going to take the feet nice and wide, take the arms nice and wide, wrap the left arm over the right arm and hold onto our shoulders. We're trying to get our arms as far across the body as possible. Excuse me, a couple of deeper breaths. Feeling that space between the shoulder blades. Now, for those who would like to, you can also do Garudasana arms. You can keep the upper arms together and bring the palms or backs of the hands towards each other, or you can leave your hands on your shoulders. I'll demonstrate it this way. And then we're gently going to do a little circling of the upper body. We want to lean back a little bit, and we also want to circle to the left or to the right. Doesn't matter which way, because we're going to swap direction at the top of this movement and go the other way as well. Nice 3 circles, using your feet for support, feeling that space in the upper back as we stretch there. Coming back to center, relaxing the arms down, bringing the feet back towards each other, and this time either pinning the legs together or crossing the right ankle over the left, or the right thigh over the left, or the right ankle over the left thigh and right knee out to the side. Whichever variation you plan to do, sit really tall. We want to find that sense of lift and then take the left hand across the body, the right hand behind us. Use the arms perhaps just a little to draw you into that twist. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other, soften the shoulders down, lengthen through the crown of the head, maybe even turn the head a little bit more to the right. Take a couple of deeper breaths, pressing into your left foot. When you're ready, you can unwind the head first and then release the hands, unwind the spine, perhaps turn a little to the opposite side, coming back to center, releasing the legs, taking the feet nice and wide, making sure you've got quite a lot of purchase on the seat, reaching the arms wide, and this time right arm over left arm. We're holding onto our shoulders. We're trying to inch our way to get the fingertips even closer together behind the body. You can just take a couple of deep breaths here. And in fact, this might be just the only bit of this practice that you do. That's fine. For those who would like to, you can draw the backs of the hands or the palms of the hands towards each other in Garudasana arms, eagle pose arms, or you can stick with the hands on the shoulders, and we'll do 3 circles. Again, for those who would like to, 3 circles of the upper body around our stable, strong legs and feet, and then the opposite way, 3 circles. Nice and firm in the belly. And then as you come back to center, relaxing the arms down to the side, we're going to do 1 forward fold. So make sure you've got lots of purchase on the chair, sitting tall, and then sliding the hands down as you come forward. You don't have to come all the way forward. You can rest halfway down and propped up on the legs with the arms or the forearms, hands or the forearms, or you can release all the way down, allowing the crown of the head to release towards the floor, the back of the neck nice and long and soft, shoulders nice and relaxed as well. Taking a deep breath in and out here. Nice wide legs means there's lots of room for the body to come forward if it would like to. And then when you're ready to come up, hands can come back to the knees, look forward, and then firm the belly. Press into those hands to lever yourself to the upright position. And we are ready for relaxation. So if you do have a blanket to hand and you want to get yourself all wrapped up, you absolutely can. Today I'm going to wrap this one around my shoulders as well. So as you come to sitting back in your seat, please excuse me, I just need a little block for underneath my feet. My legs are quite short. So we're going to sit back into our chair seat so that we really allow the chair back to support us. If you want to, you can of course recline on a sofa or lie down on your bed for this part of the practice. If you want to rest your head against something, but you prefer being upright, you can place your chair against a wall so that you can release the head back into the wall. Taking a few moments to arrange yourself in the position that feels best for you. When you're ready, closing your eyes. Take a moment to allow the feet to feel supported against the floor, the back of the thighs, buttocks, and parts of the back of the body releasing into the chair. Make note of how your body feels in this moment, the effect of your practice. And then we'll begin our journey towards relaxation, taking a deep breath in, sighing out through the mouth. We're going to repeat 3 more times. Deep breath in, and as you gently sigh, release all the effort of practice. A deep breath in, relax the muscles. Deep breath in, and surrender your weight back and down into your support. Allow your breath to find its natural rhythm and fall into quietness. Take your awareness into your forehead, feel it soften. Feel the area around your eyes relaxing. Your mouth, tongue, jaw. releasing. Allow the whole of the body to feel heavy, warm, supported, softening back and down. Move your awareness to your breath. Notice your natural, spontaneous breath. Observe the rhythm of your breath. The depth of your breath. The movement of your breath in your body. The sensation, cool as the breath enters the nose, warm as the breath leaves the body. With each breath, allow the body to relax a little deeper, soften a little more with every exhalation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bringing your awareness back into your hands and your feet, moving your fingers, your toes, maybe rolling wrists and ankles. When you feel ready, taking a deep breath in and stretching the body in any way that feels good. Maybe stretching the face a bit more. When you feel ready, you can gather yourself back to center. Maybe bring the hands to the center of the chest. Maybe bow the chin gently forward. Today, we have begun our journey through the summer term, and it is one that will take us in lots of different directions. So we're going to begin this summer term with a thank you to our bodies for being with us on this journey, for supporting us, and for just the amazing strength and mobility that we enjoy as a result of being in these bodies. Give yourself a soft smile, and when you're ready, raising your head and opening your eyes. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our first session back, and I look forward to seeing you throughout this term, and wish you all a very happy Easter. It's Easter Monday today. Namaste.